Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert. Y'all know I'm normally on my clairvoyancy. Y'all know I normally be knowing shit. But this is one of them times where, baby, I was not paying attention and I missed it. I am so disappointed that the relationship between Teyana and Iman, two of my faves, is turning out to be like this. I am. I'm so surprised and shocked. I This is not what we wanted for them. Well, here's what they're saying. While Teyana Taylor filing for divorce isn't exactly news, since we already know of her and Iman Shumpert's separation, there's more. It's what's in her divorce filing that has us gagged, including the fact that she actually filed back in January before the separation announcement. She filed under their initials to protect both of them, but since he's recently responded using their full names, it's now become very public. Teyana says despite Iman making far more than her to the tune of $48 million, even after getting cut by multiple teams in the NBA, he's a raging narcissist who has been emotionally and mentally abusive throughout their 7-year marriage, all because he grew more and more jealous and angry over her fame. Now, how the fuck you gonna get mad at somebody for becoming more and more famous when they were famous when you met them? That doesn't even make sense. I know that there are people out here trying to act like we don't know who Teyana Taylor is, but bitch, we have known who Teyana Taylor is since she was on Sweet 16 acting like a goddamn brat and came out with Google Me Baby right after. We've known Teyana since Sweet 16 and Google Me Baby. Okay? I don't know about everybody else in the industry. I really don't give a fuck. But the little black girls have known about Teyana Taylor for quite some time now. Okay? The basketball boys and everybody else knows about Iman. That's great. These two people come together. They give us cuteness overload with the children and a seemingly amicable and bisexuality of all of the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it seemed like they was really into each other. All these cheating allegations, her possibly being on things. We don't know what's going on over there, but I know I'm goddamn shocked that you over there tall as hell, $48 million, attractive, not in this picture, but at a time, you have been attractive, Iman. And you over there, Lorenz Tate in the Rain on Me video, jealous of Teyana Taylor because she's on her Janet Jackson? This is just disgusting. Additionally, despite Teyana previously claiming that cheating allegations had nothing to do with their split, she now says that wasn't true and she was only trying to show him grace because we are always trying to protect the image of some nigga. Okay? Act like we all just out there going for these niggas' necks, please. Okay? There are more women out there protecting the image of a man than there are putting his ass on Front Street for how he really is. She lists off several instances of Iman's alleged cheating and arrest, plus a DUI he avoided because he totaled her car and ran from the scene that she says was embarrassing for her. She also says Iman has barely seen their two daughters since their separation months ago. Ain't that crazy how they go from being father of the fucking year to nowhere to be found as soon as the mama don't want to deal with them no more? Yet y'all want to blame single mothers for why all of these kids is out here fucked up. Sure, let's keep doing that. Let's forget about the pipeline from schools to prisons. Let's forget about the infiltration of drugs into the community. Let's forget about all of the different ways in which the black community has been crippled over the years by putting all of their vices in Front Street and keeping your foot on their neck. Like, yeah, let's forget about all of those factors and just blame it on the fact that women can't seem to lock some nigga into the basement so she can say that she kept a man and there was a man in the household for the children, as if having a man in the household for the children is always a good thing. It is not. There are men that are abusive. There are men that talk down, to the children, that talk down to the mamas, that beat on them, that do far worse shit. Every man that's in the household pretending to be a good father and a good husband is not always that. So the idea That because a woman can't keep a man in the house, that means that it's her fault, that the world is full of emotionally unintelligent people. Insane. Y'all are just glossing over all of these other factors. It's way more nuanced than that. But this is what y'all want to promote on the internet these days. I can't stand y'all. I can't stand y'all. Okay? How can y'all use stereotypical bullshit about black women that was used in the 60s and the 70s as a ploy and propaganda, okay, by Nixon and all of them? They over there stealing, got their hand in a fucking cookie jar, but telling you that it's the poor people that's needing of aid, that's eating up all your tax dollars, and not them stealing and sending money to their homeboys across the world and shit when they feel like it, sending weapons to other countries for whatever the long-term benefits are. All of that shit, but y'all blame it on the women that's trying to do the best they can with these kids in this unrealistic, unnatural society that y'all have built. I'm going to tell y'all, the whole situation where y'all feel like it's supposed to be a mother and a father and the kids, and that's supposed to be the only people helping take care of the kids, I don't think that's right. I don't. I think that if a man and a woman want to be together, it is best for them to still have community. Whole bunch of men in the family that do their part with the young men. Whole bunch of women in the family that do their part with the raising of the young children, and then, being an example for other women. I believe it should be community, not just the two people having to handle everything on their own. But I also think that it's unrealistic sometimes, it seems, to expect men to stick around and be solid in their responsibility. To me, it seems as if there are far more of y'all that are comfortable running from house to house, from woman to woman, not handling your responsibilities. It seems that it's like maybe 4-1. Every one guy that's going to stand out and do what he's supposed to do. For every one of those dudes, there are 4 other men that are going to skate on their responsibilities or move on from one family to the next because they're no longer with the woman. So the idea that this is all women's fault is so fucking exhausting. And this is one of them examples where y'all can't even use that bullshit as an example, because how much better was Teyana Taylor supposed to choose than Iman Shumpert? How much better was the lady supposed to choose? Oh my God. Okay. In the docs, while Teyana filed in Georgia, she says she now feels Iman was treating her cruelly and displaying extreme narcissistic behavior throughout the majority of their marriage. She says she began to intentionally dim her light for her husband to try to have a harmonious and peaceful marriage as Iman became more and more angry about her stardom. What's more, Teyana says she turned down recording opportunities and acting gigs because Iman did not want her to work. But she says when she stopped working after giving birth to one of their kids, Iman complained about her not making any money. Oh my God, I wish you niggas would take from a different rule book. Because that makes me think about Dr. Gregory over there, making the women feel bad for taking care of them in ways he was already, like, you were already paying all of the bills at your house, but you're going to make her feel bad about it. They have to lower the woman's self-esteem. They have to make her feel bad about herself. Teyana says she fought to keep their family together despite Iman being extremely emotionally and mentally abusive towards her. She says she uses her connections to get Iman gigs in Hollywood as his NBA career wound down, but says he unfortunately insisted on bickering to the point where in 2021 she began the divorce process. She claims Iman has been involved in multiple cheating scandals during their marriage and cites his DUI arrest and recalls the time in 2022 when he was arrested for weed possession in the airport. I remember that. Teyana also alleges Iman once crashed her Rolls Royce and fled the scene to avoid a second DUI arrest. Teyana says she tried to stay with Iman through thick and thin, but says he reacted with further cruel treatment and selfishness. Juan Dixon, how much of this are you going to take, Robin? After she secretly filed for divorce, she says Iman insisted on them getting back together only to be lackadaisical and inconsistent and become involved in another cheating scandal, which she says was embarrassing and humiliating. Ain't that some bullshit to pretend like you gonna pull it together and we gonna work it out all for you to become lackadaisical and inconsistent? That's what I be scared of. Girl, that's what I be scared of. I ain't got time for you to be pulling on a bitch heartstrings and I'm coming back because I'm trying to hold on and shit and trying to be positive about the family dynamic and you just playing with my emotions so that you can keep me so I won't move on from you because you're codependent. But you also like to traumatize me because you want to get back at me because I'm my energy is bigger than yours. This big pussy energy that I have over here is just really making you feel small, even though you are 3 times my fucking size, nigga. This is how you know, like instinctually, niggas on some level be jealous of women and they just don't want to be honest about it, girl. They just don't want to be honest about it. They want to act like we always tripping and, oh, y'all always trying to act like it's just men and it's not women too. Stop fucking deflecting. Nobody said that. We're talking about the way y'all pull from the same playbook with the way y'all treat women, no matter what. Playing with their minds, making them feel bad about themselves so that you can control them and manipulate them because you're unwell on the inside. And it makes you feel good to hurt them because you're jealous of them on some level. Yes, we're always talking about this shit and everybody always acting like we tripping. We're tripping. Oh, okay, then why are there so many examples of it all over the fucking place? Even in couples I didn't think would have these types of problems. Lord have mercy. It seems as if he seemingly helped leak Teyana's secret divorce filing amid him trying to act surprised by its discovery. In September, when news broke that the couple had split, Teyana quickly came to Iman's defense and said infidelity wasn't a reason for their relationship's demise. Iman must have saw this as an opportunity to make Teyana look like a liar because after seeing her post, he responded to her divorce filing by using their full names, making the filing visible to the press, including TMZ. Now, why you want to cut your nose off to spite your face just so you can make her out to look like a damn fool? Isn't that insane, y'all? He cares more about y'all looking at Teyana like she's a lying fool than he cares about us knowing that he is really cheating on this lady for real, throughout their marriage. This morning, Iman posted a popular meme of Joe Budden in the pool where the rapper stares at his phone in confusion. Many speculated that this was Iman's response to the recent headline. Is that what y'all think is happening? Confusion? To me, it looked like somebody that's enjoying their life while the internet is in turmoil. That's what it looks like to me. That I didn't get confusion from this. Many speculated that this was Iman's response to the recent headlines about his alleged jealousy and narcissism. However, However, one would think his reaction is funny considering the headlines wouldn't exist had he not added their full names to the secret filing. Almost as if he set some shit ablaze and now he's in a pool somewhere enjoying his life as the shit burns to the ground. That's what it's giving. That's what it's giving to me. Okay? So yeah, let's go through the list, okay? Well, you know what? First of all, so let's start with Haley Bailey first. Y'all, it's Halle Bailey. I know. Halle Bailey and Chloe were supposedly treated badly at Perfect Nails. DDG posted this on Twitter. This place is racist towards black people. They kicked my girlfriend out while doing her nails. Please give them a 1 star. They don't deserve business. And because he is famous and his girlfriend is the Little Mermaid, these people's score went from a 4.4 all the way down to them having to shut down because of what took place. Okay. Now, I was one of the people that felt like, child, I don't know what happened. I'm not running to go give no false review on nobody's business just because DDG said it on the internet. Like, oh my God. This is what Halle had to say.
You guys remember a few weeks ago when I had told you I had discovered this amazing nail place and how it's like a place where they do Russian manicures and it's amazing and la la la, and I'm gonna keep going back to that place? Well, listen to this. So Chloe just got back in town and she always has her nails done really nice all the time and never really needs them done, but she needed her toes done. So I told her about this place. I'm like, well, come with me today to the place I've been telling you about, the Russian manicure place. Like, it's good, it's good. So we were excited to go. I set the appointment for 3:10, right? I called the lady back and I made sure, I'm like, I'm gonna get there early. My sister has something right before, so she might be a few minutes late. Is that okay? And she told me, of course, that's okay. You know, 15-20 minutes late is okay. Mind you, I'm thinking the appointment is at 3:10. So I get there early, like at 3. They start taking off my Gel X. Everything's going well. I'm getting excited. My sister's coming. I'm like, ooh, I can't wait for her to relax and everything, have a good time too. So I get there and immediately, like, the lady starts saying, where's your sister? You need to check her in, da 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 da. And I'm like, oh, she's on her way. I told you, like, she was gonna be a few minutes late. She's on her way though. How long? How long? Because we have back-to-backs. Mind you, no one is in this place. It's empty. There's like one girl getting her nails done and no one else is in there but me. I'm like, okay. She said she's like 9 minutes away, and then she like starts giving me faces like 9 minutes isn't gonna work. So I'm slowly but surely starting to get a little bit irritated. I brought like them so many people. My glam team goes there now to get their nails done. Like, I have really brought them a lot of customers, and I just can't believe that they're acting this way over 9 minutes. So I start getting frustrated, right? And the Aries in me, I'm trying just not to turn up like that. And I'm just like, you know what, Halle, just breathe. Chloe will be here soon. It's gonna be okay. She keeps going at me, talking about, well, then she finally goes, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to cancel her. She can't get hers done today. While I'm in the chair already. And then I start saying, excuse me, ma'am. Literally, like, I have been here. I told you that she was gonna be late on the phone already before we set the appointment. And now you're telling me when my sister is 5 minutes away now that she's canceled while she's on her way?
There's a new...
I'm like, that's not right. Like, and I've been a consistent customer. I've always been on time, everything else. Like, you can't just... you can't just take the benefit of the doubt and be like, you know what? This girl has been good. Like, we can wait a few minutes. But you're going to have an attitude with me and try to... So I'm starting to get upset. And then me and the lady start going back and forth, because after all, I've been a loyal customer and everything, and you're mad about 9 minutes, and she keeps going at me. And so I don't know if you guys know, but if you go to these, like, it's a Russian manicure place. So their English is good, but they're like kind of really how do I explain it? They're really direct. So sometimes some of the things that they say like comes off like it's being rude just because their tone of voice. But other times I would just, you know, not really take it that seriously. But this girl, she was like literally, she walked over to my chair and is arguing with me about this. So at this point, I'm really upset, and we're going back and forth. And then Chloe walks in, and she's like, I'm so sorry, but you're gonna have to be canceled. And I said, you know what? In the middle of my toes being taken off, I'm like, you know what? It's okay. We will just take our business elsewhere. And I get up, my feet still wet, my hands still all powdery, and I'm like, it's okay. Like, no worries. Because I'm not going to let you tell me that my sister can't get her nails done, but I'm going to sit here and get my nails done. No. Like, no. So I got up and we both got up out of there. And I said, you know what? God bless you. Have a wonderful day. I didn't get attitude as Aries as I could have. Chloe said I was still really nice. But I just told her that is unacceptable and rude because I've been a loyal customer. So that really disappointed me.
If I were drawing up plays.
So do you guys remember a few weeks ago when
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, they did a whole bunch of bad reviews on them. Uh Not they don't accept LGBTQ plus. Y'all are so ridiculous. Oh my god. They temporarily closed. Oh my god. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Because this is where I'm at with it. Personally, I feel like it's not about Haley being a celebrity. It's just about the fact that you expect people to maybe go above and beyond if you bring them a lot of business. I get that. But I also understand that you were late. Then people had a policy. And you did not have to get online and tell everybody to attack the company. And I just kind of feel like that's where the issue comes in because now there are a whole bunch of people writing reviews that may not necessarily be the case. It may not have had anything to do with racism. It may have had to do with the fact that that lady did not want to be at work an extra 30 fucking minutes that day. It could have been the fact that she had another appointment that was already scheduled. Just because somebody wasn't there at that moment doesn't mean that they're not on an appointment book to come at a certain time. So if I have a client that made an appointment around a certain time and your sister is eating into that time even more, and now I have to cancel that appointment because I have someone else coming in later, and now y'all have gotten online to act as if I'm racist because I had to cancel an appointment. I don't know. I feel like to use one's influence in such a manner, I just think it's kind of fucked up because it's like that's not the response. To have somebody's whole business shut down behind this one interaction with this woman when you've been there all of those other times and had a good experience, I just kind of feel like I don't know. I feel like that's kind of fucked up. I feel like that's kind of fucked up. And I'm also looking at DDG like you were the one that really did this. Chloe and Holly didn't actually get online and do the call to action the way you did. You actually put their Google name up there. So yeah, I feel like this is a situation where you have to look at DDG and ask yourself, did you do this because you were really offended on behalf of your girlfriend? Or did you do this because you wanted her to get wrapped up in some type of negative scandal that could make her look bad? Because for some people, this may look bad for you to use your influence to basically shut these people down because they would not take your sister when she was late for an appointment. Girl, I told y'all that I felt like people are always assuming that because Holly comes off as so sweet that, she is the better sister, she's the nicer, cleaner sister. And I just kind of feel like that's such a fucked up way to think in the first place. But if you were ever paying attention, you would know that no, little Chloe, I'm sorry, little Holly is about that action, okay? Lil Holly is on one, okay? I think that Chloe might be way more chill than Holly. I just think y'all don't know because y'all assume all that soft speaking angel voice bullshit it is like a representative of somebody's overall personality and they can't ever jump bad or get grimy. And I just kind of think that's delusional if you're paying attention to who she's in a relationship with. Um he skied his followers after this lady who was 8 months pregnant herself. So that lady who was doing the nails was pregnant. That lady probably was tired and didn't want to be at late. She probably just was ready to go home. Holly has always been the one about that fight. And that's how I feel. Holly also said she thought she made her appointment for 3:10, but it was for 3. So y'all was late and DDG sick the crazies on. Like it just seemed like it was unnecessary. We give her a pass, but she's just like his trash ass, honestly. And that's what I'm starting to feel. I've been kind of feeling like, yeah, I don't know why y'all think that Chloe is the bad sister and Halle is the good sister just because Chloe is, you know, very sexualized in the way she performs, but I just kind of feel like that has no bearing on one's personality as much as y'all like to think it does. She's a performer, she's a beautiful woman, and she's comfortable in her sexuality. It is a power for her. So she knows that she can play on it and tap into it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think there's something more wrong with a young woman that would tie herself down to a young man that seems to want to sabotage her and then proceeds to do so. Because this seems a little sabotagey to me. If anybody were looking at it highly like she fucked up, like this might be one of those times. Um, yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, the owner is 8 months pregnant and crying during a live when she closed after his fans started threatening her to. Oh my God. Yeah, see, this is not cool when y'all do this. This is not cool when y'all send y'all millions of followers after people and they do this type of shit. Like, man, that's so fucked up. Oh Lord, pray for him, Lord. Pray for the people down there, okay? Because that's just so unnecessary, y'all. Let's go ahead and move on. Let's get into all the sexual assault cases. Okay, so former ESPN host and NFL player Marcellus Wiley accused of sexual assault. Zenove says she was AR'd by Wiley several times. It also states in the lawsuit that she reported the assault to numerous Columbia University administrators. However, Denove says they held a fondness for Wiley as they were helping him build his promising future in the NFL. Wow, wow. Y'all know, yes, today is the last day to file a sexual assault lawsuit in New York under the New York Adult Survivors Act, which, gave women a window of time to report sexual assaults that may have been past the time that you could sue or bring up any charges on a person. I don't know who Marcellus Wiley is, but do I believe it based on what the young woman just said in that blurb? I'm more inclined to believe it. Jamie Foxx, another one that's on the list. Okay, Fox is being hit with the lawsuit for sexual assault that allegedly took place in 2005 on the rooftop of Catch NYC. TMZ obtained, get that right. TMZ obtained documents where the plaintiff says that she entered the restaurant and realized that Jamie was sitting close by. Her friend asked the star, apparently intoxicated, to take a photograph with the two of them, in which he replied, "Sure, baby, anything for you." As they continued taking photos, she claims he stated that she looked like Gabrielle Union after saying, "Wow, you have that supermodel body. You smell so good." After the photos, the plaintiff says that Mr. Fox allegedly pulled her to the back of the rooftop by her arm, then placed his hands on her waist before moving them up into her top, grabbing her breast. He then allegedly put his hands in her pants, putting his finger in her amid and what amid in her. I'm guessing they meant her anus and her vagina. I'm that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. She says this was witnessed by her friend in security. The plaintiff claims she suffered from emotional distress, pain, suffering, and had to have medical treatment due to the sexual assault, abuse, assault, and battery. She's suing the restaurant and Jamie for punitive and compensatory damages. Wow. Um, hey, I was not there. Do I believe the victim? I'm more inclined to believe the victim. And I want y'all to understand it has nothing to do with tearing a black man down. It has everything to do with the fact that we grew up in a culture that set the rules for how men can treat women when they have money or how men can treat women, period. Like, this is the society that we live in. We live in a society, especially back in the day in the 90s, early 2000s, 80s, 70s, 60s, wherever the fuck back you want to go, where if a man decided he wanted to take from a woman in any way, he can do that and he can get away with it. And he knows he can do it and get away with it. It's not about, being attractive or being famous. It's about being able to get what you want when you want it, regardless of how the person feels about it. It's being powerful enough to be able to assault a woman in a restaurant full of people and have nothing happen to you. If you don't think that type of power is intoxicating, you are sadly fucking mistaken. famous people, I believe, get intoxicated by the power that they have to get away with shit that they believe the average person can't really get away with in the same manner. I'm just saying. Okay? I know you're not going to run to believe this because everybody loves Jamie Foxx, but I just recently listened to one of his comedy shows, and y'all, if y'all go back and listen to some of these comedians and the shit that they say, they're telling on themselves. The rappers, the artists, they put a lot of how they feel about women and how they don't care about when women tell them no, how they don't care about, just taking from a woman, how they don't care about, slutting women out, talking to them crazy, calling them ugly in front of people, disrespecting them. Like, they don't care about humiliating women publicly. They don't care about these things. And when they don't care about that, the shit that they will do in private and try to get away with, yeah, I'm more inclined to believe it than not. I'm also not a judge or a juror, so my opinion really doesn't matter. But I'm damn sure not gonna be, Peter Guns down to the internet talking about how, how victims of assault should respond to said assault. That's what I'm not gonna do. Before we get into that, another one, former bad boy president sued for sexual assault, grooming, and negligence less than a week after Diddy was accused of raping and sex trafficking Cassie. It appears bad boys are allegedly living up to their names. According to a report by Rolling Stone, a former president of Bad Boy Entertainment is being sued by his ex-assistant for using his position of authority as her boss to groom, exploit, and sexually assault her. Per the report, Harv Pierre, the former president of Bad Boy, is accused of preying on the Jane Doe plaintiff on multiple occasions in New York City and other locations throughout the country. He is accused of sexually harassing the plaintiff for over a year before allegedly sexually assaulting her. She says during the years of 2016 to 2017, she suffered physical, emotional, and psychological injury. So this is recent. Along with pain and suffering, the woman is asking for damages that will fully and fairly compensate her. This news comes less than a week after Diddy was accused of R in sex trafficking by singer Cassie. Pierre met Diddy when they were students at Howard University. And when we tell y'all about rape culture, a lot of it happens in school. The conversations that young boys and young men have with one another about how to handle women based on bad advice they've gotten from older men who felt like it was, okay to just go ahead and snatch the pussy from somebody or ignore when she says no. They actually like when the women fight. Oh, yeah. A lot of that has been taught to men. So it's so weird to me when everybody wants to get online and argue on behalf of men that have done these things, and they have. But you want to get online and show your loyalty as if Puffy is gonna come back around and remember that Peter Guns was one of the people that spoke out on his behalf? What, you think he gonna send you a care package in a fucking mail that's gonna revive your career or something?
Something else controversial after reading it. Yeah, if I was accused of those things, I lose every dime I had trying to prove I didn't do that. You would be both. I mean, says a lot. So anybody that think I'm walking on eggshells, fuck yourself. I would have lost all my money proving that shit is because that shit is crazy. So shut up with all the talk. I only know how to be real, even if it fucking, even though I might lose money behind the shit. I only know how to speak up. I already lost my Facebook page speaking up on Israel. Here's the deal, right? And like you said, I'm not going to say no names. I was getting killed by industry people in my DMs and texts like Guns. I know for a fact, I saw this, I saw that. Right. Why the fuck you ain't say nothing then? People was around R. Kelly with the little kid. Why you ain't say nothing then? So that's my question.
You know why they didn't say anything, Peter? You're a part of the creep squad, known for getting into relationships with women on some trick shit, lying to them. And Peter, trust me, nobody thinks you're out there. Like, I don't think I'm side-eyeing him, but I really don't think that Peter Guns is like, like some of these other guys, like Diddy and them. I don't. But I still feel like you, as a grown ass man growing up in New York City, y'all knowing the things that y'all know, y'all really, really, really are gonna act like you don't understand this whole keep the lie alive, this whole don't speak the truth, this whole protect the household, protect the man, protect his image. You were just online talking about how, if they're not trying to get justice, they should shut up. Let's go and find that clip. But y'all were basically online blaming the fucking victim, and you're confused as to why people don't come out and speak the truth about these niggas? Because y'all don't believe the victims, and whenever men speak out and protect women, y'all call them simps and villainize them. The fuck? And you're asking why? You're literally asking why, Peter? I'm trying to see if there's another one somewhere. Hold up. Yeah.
That they want to be the voice, so this doesn't happen to somebody else. Mm-hmm. So I'm doing this, and it's not about the money. It's about this not happening to somebody else. But then you get enough money, and you shut the fuck up. So which one is it?
It's both, motherfucker. Because essentially, what Cassie did was came out in court documents and told us what happened to her. Getting the money meant that she wouldn't speak about anything else, but did we really need more of Cassie's story? No, we fucking don't. And after all of the damage that has been done to her own person, she should be compensated justly. And the only compensation that makes sense in this world right now is monetary. Because you can't ever fix what you've broken. You can't ever make Cassie a young woman that did not go through that shit. Women who have been abused and assaulted, the shit that sticks with them, how that affects their relationships moving forward in life, how that damages their relationship with their children, and so on and so forth throughout fucking generations, that type of trauma that stays in women and the way they respond in their relationships. And you think you got the motherfucking nerve to tell somebody when they should speak, how they should speak, what they should want after somebody does something like that to them? And I'll say, like I said in the comments, if somebody breaks, ruins, steals your property, you want them to pay for it. You want monetary value. You want them to go to jail and everything fucking else. These girls get assaulted, raped, beat, humiliated, tricked out, embarrassed, and they can't ask for money because all of a sudden, money, that's just not good enough. We should want more. We should want justice. We should want to protect the other women. That is not for you to decide. That is for the victim. That is for her to decide if she wants to carry all of that shit on her back. But at the end of the day, coming out, speaking the truth, and saying what a percentage of her experience was enough. She don't need to tell us nothing else. She spoke the truth. This is not one of those situations where we don't know what happened. Oh no, we saw what happened.
That's my question. Are we trying to be the voice so this doesn't happen to somebody else, or are we gonna grab this money and shut the fuck up? That's what I was saying.
Okay. And my opinion on that is that if you listen to Cassie, agreeing with you, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I don't agree. This is what I'm saying. Number one, it was civil. Civil means money. So there was never any kind of dispute about what was going on here. There was never a dispute about what was the aim here. This is not a criminal case. He did not take a criminal case and make it civil. She did not start cooperating with the cops and then change up. She was in a civil case from the beginning, which meant she wanted money. If you listen to Cassie, Cassie's been saying, I've been asking Puff for money for years. And this nigga been on me. So I said, this is what's about to happen. I'm going to write this book. I'm going to get my money some kind of way. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get my money some kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a money grab. You agree with me?
I'm not agreeing with you because Cassie never came out and said that she didn't want money. What Cassie did was exactly what she was supposed to do. And I'm not saying nobody's guilty, because obviously everybody knows our relationship with Puff. Everybody knows our relationship with Cassie now. So all I'm saying is this. I'm not saying that Puff is guilty or innocent. This is not about that. It's not about innocence or guilt.
What is it about?
It's about what happened that we all know publicly. Cassie said she opened the door. She opened the door. So now all these girls that we've been seeing.
For the money, he didn't do it, so she put she started putting the stuff out.
You knew what you know. There's a New York precedent that says that, and I'm gonna have to get Moniece on here because Moniece just broke it down for me. The New York precedent that was
Oh, so they still fucking?
That is over next week. It's over on Thanksgiving Day. That said, if you have a civil suit that you want to do, that's how the girls get in L.A. Reid. L.A. Reid got the same going on. Because I ain't talking about L.A., but another girl came out from Def Jam or Arista and said that L.A. Sexy assaulted her. Another girl came out and said Bill Cosby assaulted her. The New York statute is over next week.
That they want to be.
So y'all gonna sit up here and act like y'all don't know none of this shit to be true? I like Rich's approach. Let's hear what Thick Neck Moniece had to say.
Don't support the Me Too movement. I do not support the Black Lives Matter movement.
Me either, not that.
Because
I support the Me Too,
feel
but
like
not the Black Lives Matter.
I feel like just with everything, there is a genuine basis, I would say, right, for why some of these things come to pass. And then as they grow legs and as they get bigger and as there are more eyes, there become more victims. Excuse me. There become more victims who come forward where you can tell either this is not completely forthcoming or this is just for the money, just for the fame, might be true. They're just here to get a quick bag and get the fuck on. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm saying that it happens all too often. And I'm saying that when you remove your own what ifs, or it probably was, your own speculation, your own ideologies, your own theories, your own conspiracies about how things are, when you just look at what is a civil suit is for money. That's what it is. And it doesn't mean that I'm not going to bring criminal charges against you maybe later on down the line.
Now, yeah,
but
that's where you changed my mind. You showed me a different perspective.
Because
I stand corrected.
When you do both, the criminal case there has to be a verdict and a sentencing on a criminal case first before there can be a judgment on the civil side. Right. So she probably was like, well, let's go for the bag first because I can always still go over here. And even if I don't want to relive that, because
I never looked at it that way. I never looked at it that way. Thank you.
The DA can pick it up.
When you right, you right.
I don't support the.
So Moniece basically straightened it out for him and made him understand, and this is what Rich was trying to make him understand. It was always a civil suit. This was never going to be something that was supposed to be righteous in a way that, oh no, money could never, so I'm not going to take the money. Like, I don't know why y'all feel like whenever somebody has like their body stolen from them, that money is just not big enough. No, it'll fucking help. It'll pay for the therapy. It'll pay for the vacations. It'll pay for me not having to stress about my life in one way. So maybe I can heal from the damage that you've caused me, especially if you're somebody like L.A. Reid and Diddy and all of these other famous people that use their access money, their fame to keep this shit under wraps. Yeah. I don't understand why y'all don't. And I feel like it's because niggas, y'all hoard the wealth, right? Because y'all hoard the wealth as men, because y'all know women have to come to y'all in one way or another. If they're really trying to get a big bag, women have to come to y'all because y'all hoard the wealth in a patriarchal system where y'all won't vote in order for women to get equal pay to men. This is the country we live in. Women can get their bag, but essentially the Supreme Court of this country will not pass a law that says men and women get paid the same amount of money. So you can't fucking tell me that we're equal and all of this bullshit that y'all like to, put out there just because women can one-up you in one way or another in this life. God for fucking bid, she's not always being oppressed by you, okay? But ultimately, in this situation, I feel like y'all are always scared of losing y'all money to women. But if y'all would stop hoarding the wealth and women were able to, like, as a collective, make their own bag in the same way that men can make their bag, then you wouldn't have to worry about women coming to you just for your money. But that's not what you want. You want women to have to come to you for your money so that you can use it over them, so that you can control them. You want them to have to need you. You don't want the women to have their own bag and their own money. It's a trick. It's bullshit, right? So y'all make women feel like they should never want compensation financially for the shit you put them through. You make them feel like it's so wrong to put y'all on child support and make you financially take care of your kids. It is a mind fuck so that women won't ask for or take what they deserve, so that they will always in some way be getting tricked by some nigga, because they don't recognize how easy they're making it for a man that's not making it easy for them. The fuck? So when it comes to paying up, pay up. Oh, Slim Thug, he had a lot to say.
Bill Cosby is not guilty of all that. They were getting high with him, having fun with him, turning up with him. When they went broke, they started trying to do.
That is a lie. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Bill was accused of forcibly R-ing people back in the day. They just got swept under the rug because he was famous. There was even a fucking story about him and a 16-year-old in the newspaper that got swept under the rug. So, Slim Thug, please, with all, actually with no respect at all, shut the fuck up, because you don't know what you're talking about.
Do all this extra. Get the fuck out of here, man. I ain't turning on my heroes over these old fake money grabs, man. Straight up like that.
You're not turning on your heroes because of these fake money. Nigga, these are not your heroes. That's the fucking problem. You think every famous black man is supposed to be your hero, when at the end of the day, there are a lot of fucked up people in the world. You don't know them. It's weird for you to be a celebrity and be talking like this about niggas who you have never really met. Some thug can't tell me he met Bill Cosby.
And make that go viral. I ain't turning on my heroes over these lame ass money grabs. That was my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry, we don't agree on everything. I can still take you to Starbucks and buy you a drink, and we can sit down and chop it up. Like, I don't hate nobody. I don't even hate Cassie. It was just my opinion. I ain't wanted to go worldwide. I don't do this to ever be on social media, other pages. I just be talking to y'all, my people. Yeah, you know, so, you know what I'm saying? I just on here every single day.
Look at all of the dick riding ass niggas in the comments.
I do this every single day. I just give y'all my opinion.
And the bitches too. It's your opinion. I hate when people say shit like that about things that are so problematic, right? Your opinion about sexual assault is problematic because you're somebody's hero, unfortunately. So your ideals about sexual assault can affect the way some other stupid ass young nigga thinks. Just like you don't think there's anything wrong with the shit that Bill Cosby did. You don't think that was intentional? Raising y'all to think that there's nothing wrong with assaulting women so that y'all will always be protecting fucking predators because they're your heroes? Like they saved you from something? Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all work on my fucking nerves. For real. In a deep way. Did y'all see that the kids are over there hating Brad Pitt? Did y'all see this? Before we get into the last of the Diddy situation, child, okay? Child, Neighborhood Talk says it's no secret that Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt have been involved in legal battles since their split in 2016. Although the couple officially divorced in 2019, their legal matters were far from over. One of the matters included a custody battle for their 6 children. That battle ended with Jolie being granted full custody after it was revealed that a judge who initially ruled the couple would have joint custody was friends with Pitt's attorney. During the custody battle, Pitt was accused of behaving like a monster, with Jolie on a private jet in front of their children. While there wasn't much physical evidence of this incident, Daily Mail recently discovered a private account belonging to the couple's son, Pax. In a post from 2020, he wrote, "Happy Father's Day to this little world-class asshole," adding, "You time and time again prove yourself to be a terrible and despicable person." He went on to say, "You have no consideration or empathy towards your 4 youngest children who tremble in fear when in your presence." It's important to note Pax was 16 years old at the time. It appears as though granting Jolie full custody was a smart move, okay? Child. Heroes be turning into fuck niggas all over the place. All over the place. Somebody just found this recently, but they also noticed how, and I didn't save the clip. But y'all know the daughter. The daughter just pledged AKA at Spelman, and she did not use the Pitt last name. She just used the Jolie last name. So I think, the kids are over there not all right with Brad. Not all right with Brad at all. Okay. Let's see. So more came out. Okay, according to the anonymous source who talked exclusively with the Daily Mail, Diddy once forced Cassie to get breast implants, then turned around and forced the doctor to take them out and do it again, despite warnings that it was unsafe. Y'all, that made my titties hurt. The source says that she was a witness to the entire ordeal involving Diddy, Cassie, and Dr. Frank Ryan, who did the breast augmentation back in 2009. The source says when Diddy and Cassie first came for the consultation, Diddy talked the entire time. Usually the women tell the doctor what they want and the man is just supporting. But it was obvious that Diddy had full control. He wanted Cassie's breast to be fuller because she was flat-chested. Cassie reportedly just sat there and allowed Diddy to make the plans. Then the very next day after the procedure, Diddy called Dr. Ryan to express his dissatisfaction with the boob job. He claimed they were too big and they needed to be fixed now. But Dr. Ryan insisted that it was way too early to fix it and they would have to wait 6 months. Diddy said it needed to be fixed now, despite Cassie being noticeably still in pain from the surgery. To me, watching this, it was just so cruel, so horrible. She was treated like a rat. It was literally like her voice was snatched and there was nothing she could do. That if she started standing up for herself, she'd be in trouble. Dr. Ryan eventually folded to the pressure and fixed the implants within the same week. The fucking doctor folded to folded. Like, just another man folded to Diddy's pressure, and y'all are wondering why Cassie and the other women in his life haven't been able to speak out or fight back. The source says Dr. Ryan felt horrible for this, but he had no choice. The source claims Diddy didn't comfort her at all. She was just a doll. He felt bad for her. Cassie was not talking at all. She was crying, visibly traumatized, but she wasn't saying anything at all and just going along with whatever he said. Privately, Dr. Ryan told me this was mutilation, that I can't even believe this. He was saying, "Poor Cassie, this is awful." I'm trying to understand how you succumb to the pressure. Like, what did Diddy do to make you do this? I want to know what Diddy did to make the doctor do it. Like, you must have done some shit in the past that he could blackmail you with. Here's another story. Wale is always cool, calm, and collected and usually stays far away from the drama, but the rapper recently found himself embroiled in a whole bunch of online mess. After news broke about singer Cassie filing a lawsuit against ex-boyfriend Diddy, even more shocking stories followed right after, detailing an instance of alleged abuse and intimidation by Diddy as depicted multiple times in the suit. Rapper and YouTuber Aunt Glizzy told a story about the Bad Boy Records exec hanging Wale over a balcony after he found out about his relationship with Cassie. When it was caught, while it caught everyone's attention, a rep is now speaking on behalf of Wale to let everyone know it's all cap. Oh, chill. On Chill, rapper's rep said, "It is a fantasy written by an outsider to exploit a viral story for clicks." Okay, so if it wasn't him, who was it? It wasn't Wale. Who was it? Because they said he did it to somebody. Child, what else? Let's see. Because there's more. Let's see. Alcohol giant Diageo cites Cassie's sexual abuse claims as reason Diddy shouldn't be face of DeLeon Tequila anymore. According to a letter that was filed with the New York court, the liquor giant Diageo, I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it, believes the accusations are another reason why he shouldn't be the face of DeLeon, of the DeLeon brand. It's important to note. Hold up, y'all. My bad. It's important to note that the company already felt this way about Diddy before the lawsuit. Diddy has been running a joint liquor venture with the company for nearly a decade now. According to a report by NBC News, in May, Diddy accused the company of pigeonholing DeLeon and Ciroc, the vodka he fronted for 15 years, as black brands for urban consumers, allegedly violating an equal treatment provision in their contract. Diageo ended the Ciroc partnership over the summer, saying at the time that Combs had breached his contract. The pair are still feuding over DeLeon, but it appears Diddy's latest scandal has allowed the company to hit him with a checkmate. Yeah, it's getting rough around there for Diddy, y'all. It's getting rough around there for Diddy. Yeah, it's tough. Diddy is being accused of sexually assaulting a woman he drugged on a date in 1991 in one of the last lawsuits brought under New York's Adult Survivors Act. This is from the Spiritual Word. A New York woman alleged in a lawsuit filed Thursday that music magnate Sean Diddy Combs drugged and assaulted her when she was a college student in 1991. The woman, Joy Dickerson Neal, also alleged that Combs recorded the assault and showed it to his friends. The complaint comes on the heels of another lawsuit filed by a former artist on his record label accusing Combs of sexual abuse. The R&B singer Cassandra Ventura, who performed under the name Cassie, said Combs kept her trapped in a cycle of abuse during their romantic and business relationship. Both lawsuits were brought under the Adult Survivors Act, a New York law that provides victims of sexual abuse a 1-year window to file a lawsuit, a civil lawsuit, even if the statute of limitations has expired. Thursday is the deadline to file cases under the statute. Combs' attorney, Ben Braffman, did not immediately return a call requesting comment. Dickerson Neal's attorney did not immediately respond to a request for comment. According to the complaint, Combs asked Dickerson Neal out on a date in 1991. When she was studying psychology at Syracuse University. He took her out for chicken and waffles at a Harlem restaurant where Dickerson Neal worked as a server, then drove her to a music studio. Dickerson Neal said in a lawsuit that she believes Combs drugged her during the meal because when she attempted to exit the car, her legs felt rubbery and she was unable to stand. Combs then drove her to a house where he sexually assaulted her. She alleges filming the assault and showing it to others. Another musician told Dickerson Neal that everyone had seen the tape. The alleged assault sent Dickerson Neal into a tailspin, she says in the lawsuit, causing her to become withdrawn and isolated. She was diagnosed with clinical depression and dropped out of college. She's seeking unspecified damages. I hope she gets whatever is owed to her, because that's a long time to live with that. And I believe what the lady's saying. I do. I really, really do. Here's another one. Reportedly, the music artist is accused of several violent sex crimes that involve drugs, revenge porn, and his colleague Aaron Hall. Yes, I miss you. That nigga. I'm talking to you, baby. He's ruined guy for everyone. According to reports, the woman's account of the alleged crimes were recently filed right before the deadline of the Adult Survivors Act. As we've previously covered, the New York legislation allowed victims of past sexual assault to file civil suits against their aggressors, which normally would be outside of the statute of limitations. Sean Diddy Combs has already been in the spotlight due to his ex and former longtime partner, Cassie. All right. In one of the cases, okay, this is the same one, Dickerson, but now they're saying that Aaron Hall was also a part of this situation in some respect. Let me see. Oh, wait, hold up. This one is a little bit more It says Dickerson Neal went on to claim that Jodeci member Devontae Swing, who was allegedly her friend at the time, informed her days later that he and others had watched the video of the encounter. However, she claims the R&B singer wouldn't speak out, as many others wouldn't, out of fear of retaliation from Combs. There was a police report filed, but without evidence, she was left with few options. The woman says the assault left her struggling, so it seems as if he and Aaron Hall took turns with her and her friend. And then he showed the shit to Jodeci. Wow. And it's the same girl, but just with more details. Okay? Y'all, that shit is insane. Nigga. And so here is Aaron Hall. Let's just take a listen.
Out there from Jamie Foxx to like Denzel Washington to whoever. Everybody know me.
Yeah.
So everybody know if I say it, I'm gonna fuck it to death. I like the fucking public, you feel me?
Yeah.
So niggas can't say nothing about it. Them square ass niggas, them precious cake little dick niggas.
Yeah.
I like for them niggas to see how I fuck. Like if you speak to Jodeci or Puffy or any of them niggas, they been at my house. They all see me fuck. They all know
This is a rapist. Y'all. Him, the way he's talking about this as if it's a competition, you know, but it's meant to intimidate the other men. That's some sick in the mind shit. Y'all want to talk about buck breaking? That's what this feels like to me. What he's talking about. He's talking about having sex with women, but the way he's talking about the men seeing him have sex with the women is the point. It's the same thing with Diddy making Cassie have sex with other men so he can watch. It's almost like you want to replace the women with men. You want to fuck men. You want the men to see you fuck. You want to watch the woman get fucked by the man because you wish you were the man. You wish you were the woman, in the situation. Y'all see what I'm saying?
I'm a big nigga.
Yeah.
If a bitch touch my dick and she say my dick is small, then she's a lying bitch. The thing is, a whole lot of niggas write about taking girls out to shop, taking girls to fly to Dubai and all that shit. Yeah. Bitch, close your eyes, we anywhere. You feel me? And my whole thing is this.
Do you hear these niggas in the background laughing because he said close your eyes and we're anywhere? Because they want to be able to do anything to you. They want to be able to ragdoll your fucking ass and not even take you on a nice trip. Because that's how they know they've won. If they have fucked you into submission and not even had to give you anything for it. That's why the idea of paying these women for their pain is so upsetting to all of you niggas. Because y'all want so badly to be able to get over on these women. And whenever they come back for that gotcha and hit them fucking pockets up, y'all lose. And you don't want to lose. You want to feel like you got over. You physically assaulted that woman and got away with it. That was a win for you because you're a fucking predator, Aaron Hall, Diddy, allegedly, based on what we're seeing here.
My whole thing is this, is that
talk about it.
If you can handle my dick and you can make me still be Aaron Hall without fucking rabbing out your mouth,
you better not speak up. You better let me abuse you and you better not say nothing about it. That's what he's talking about. Spitting like a venomous fucking pit bull.
Then I'll take you anywhere. Other than that shit, you back home, bitch. Niggas out there.
Disrespectful cunt booger. Okay? Disrespect. Look at him. Look at him. Demons.
You know, with the fresh out the pussy shit and think they can get like a nigga like Aaron Hall. I'm historical dick.
Yeah.
They fuck with me.
That's right.
If they fuck with me, it's a big dick. Everybody know my son's mother. Everybody know that shit. So
yeah, that's glory, and tell them about it.
So when you put Aaron's on it, when you fuck a bitch for 3 days and take the bitch hand and take him out of the man's hand, then you a retired pimp.
Yeah.
But at the time, as soon as
fuck a bitch for 3 days, take her from the other man, you a retired pimp. What do I keep telling y'all? This is what is being taught to these boys and to these men in one way or another. And whenever you try to bring their attention to it, they act like you fucking crazy. Keep the lie alive.
I came to South Beach, I just grabbed her, and she'll tell you the same story. I just grabbed her and fucked her for 3 days, then Aaron's got on her pussy with an apostrophe S.
Yeah.
Like it's Aaron.
I mean,
with
it was
3
like,
colors on it.
yeah, crazy glue.
And my whole thing is this, is that if niggas can't handle me, I'm not gonna never let them get my last name. If you can't handle my dick, you ain't getting my last name. So I've been single for 50 years.
All right now.
So women can't handle your dick, or are you a aggressive rapist that likes to harm women with your dick? Which one?
A whole lot of niggas out there, from Jamie Foxx to like Denzel Washington to whoever. Everybody know me.
Yeah.
So everybody know if I say it, I'm gonna fuck it to death. I like the fucking public, you feel me?
Yeah.
So niggas can't say nothing about it. Them square ass niggas, them precious cake little dick niggas.
Yeah.
I like for them niggas to see how I fuck. Like if you speak to Jodeci or Puffy or any of them niggas, they been at my house. They all see me fuck. They all know I'm a big nigga.
Yeah.
If a bitch touch my dick and she say,
This nigga's disgusting. This nigga's disgusting. He did that shit. Whatever that lady said that they did to her, he did that shit.
You know something? I just remembered that Gloria had tattooed Aaron's.
Oh yeah, Gloria, the baby mama that everybody's talking about that was underage when she had their son.
Right
in black, red, and green.
Right above her vagina.
Right above it with a parenthesis with an S.
Right.
Aaron's.
It belongs to.
Look. When I saw her, she was dancing with Luke and them. I didn't know she was a puppy. You know what I mean?
That's right.
She was tall. She was big, blonde hair, bone with the black pant leather. I was like, I'm getting that.
He didn't know she was a kid because she was dancing with Luke and the 2 Live crew. Now somebody should be asking Luke and them, why the fuck was a 16, 15-year-old girl dancing for y'all? Can anybody riddle me that, Batman? Oh, I done told y'all about the lyrics of the 2 Live crew over there. Their instructions on how to assault women in their songs. Aha.
Everybody knows I couldn't even really speak then. I had a speech impediment. I don't stutter anymore. So I just went there and just grabbed her hand and went inside the hotel and gave it to her.
So you dragged her into a hotel and argued this girl. That's what you're saying.
You feel me? So she gonna say Luke is lying. You feel me? Okay. Because I don't lie on my dick. You feel what I'm saying? My mother was Puerto Rican, from Ponce. So when I see anybody that's Spanish, I'ma grab them.
Okay.
You's an ignorant ass nigga. You's an ignorant ass nigga.
I ain't gonna ask if you holding the hand all loose and you holding a conversation with a nigga.
Preach.
I'm gonna take your bitch. She chose up.
Preach. Who said preach? Is that Bishop Don Juan?
Already.
Ain't these the niggas I told y'all about that went from being pimps to preachers?
Now she wanna go renegade? Go renegade, bitch.
At what point did she get the tattoo?
3 days after I fucked her.
3 days.
3 whole days. If anybody can do that shit, I don't care if you was married. I don't care if
He fucked that girl for 3 days. That sounds like you kept her in prison and argued her for 3 days is what that sounds like.
you was engaged, if your anniversary, if your bitch did that shit, then I'll stop singing I Miss You. But my whole thing is this, is that I love Gloria to death because she gave me a beautiful son.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Right. So my whole thing is that I want to make sure that it's right. I love my son, Aaron Robin Hall IV, to death. I ain't seen him in 15 years, but I love him to death. We talk all the time. Gloria didn't do no bad thing to me. I thought she was older. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes I see a puppy on the field when I'm doing dog training. I think it's a year old or 2 years old, and it'd be like 8 months. So I don't know.
So you can't ask. She a dog. She don't speak English. You can't just ask, right?
Yeah.
So when I saw her, everybody was trying to get at her.
Right.
Why y'all scared of her? I took her. I couldn't even talk. I had a speech impediment. Ask her.
Yeah, because they didn't know what to do.
So ain't that some shit? You couldn't ask her for the pussy because you can't even talk because you that fucking retarded. Correct?
They ain't know what to say.
You know something? I just remember.
Yo, the way he's talking about this shit as if this is something to be proud of, grabbing a 16-year-old, 15-year-old child up. This is what Gloria said. I've experienced a lot in this industry and never spoke out because I didn't want to hurt anyone's career, even though they hurt me. The only reason I spoke out about my son's father was because I had to protect my son from him. It wasn't about me. All my life I've heard, yeah, you was young, but look at you, your body, you're beautiful. So our society blames the woman always. Look how you're dressed. Why did you go with him, etc. A young girl I think she meant naive. Looking up to an older man doesn't give him the right to take advantage of her. I believe those women who made claims about R. Kelly. I felt their pain. I couldn't stop the tears coming down my face while I watched. I'm happy women are finally speaking out. It's time. She wrote this in 2019. 2019. Disgusting piece of shit. I hope everybody get what's owed to them. I do. Diddy's former head of security, who Cassie says cried with her after witnessing abuse, speaks out. He said, "This is not meant to be threats or snitching or anything like that against Cassie or Diddy or anyone else. This is me telling my truth as I truly remember it for two reasons only. First, because I have 4 daughters. So on all dudes, my truth as I seen it, saw it, and was involved with it for years." Rogers Bond trial. Okay, this is in the car. Let me read this one. Okay, in January 2009, after Mr. Combs learned that Miss Ventura spoke to another music manager at a party in Los Angeles, he became enraged. She had hoped speaking to this manager would allow her to further grow her career and that Mr. Combs would be happy for her, but instead he became extremely angry and pulled her out of the club where the party was taking place. In the car leaving the club, Mr. Combs beat Ventura, pushing her into a corner of the vehicle and stomping on her face. Mr. Combs' security staff, Roger Bonds, tried to stop the beating but was unable to de-escalate the situation. When a car arrived at Mr. Combs' residence, Ms. Ventura attempted to run away, but Mr. Combs followed her and proceeded again to kick her in the face. Ms. Ventura was bleeding profusely and was ushered into Mr. Combs' home, where she began to throw up from the violent assault. Upon recognizing the damage he had done and the physical evidence of his abuse, Mr. Combs panicked and forced his staff to bring Ms. Ventura to a hotel suite at the London Hotel in Los Angeles, where she was required to stay for a week. During this stay, as her injuries from the beating healed, Ms. Ventura began to fully realize that Mr. Combs' tremendously loyal network not only knew about and witnessed his assault, but also that these witnesses were not willing to do anything meaningful to stop Mr. Combs' behavior. She recognized that she was powerless and that reporting Mr. Combs to the authorities would not alter Mr. Combs' status or influence, but would merely give Mr. Combs another excuse to hurt her. In 2015, Ms. Ventura spoke to a popular music manager at an after party in a hotel suite in Las Vegas. Mr. Combs saw her speaking to this manager and sternly told her to step into the bedroom adjoining the suite. In the bedroom, Mr. Combs beat Ms. Ventura severely. She ran from corner to corner of the room trying to avoid Mr. Combs beating and kicking. When she tried to lock herself in the bathroom, he pushed through and punched and kicked her while she curled up under the toilet. Her screams were drowned out by the loud music playing in the outside area of the hotel suite. When Mr. Combs' head of security and assistant saw Ms. Ventura after the assault, they began to cry. Ms. Ventura had 2 black eyes, a burst and bruised lip, and a huge welt on her forehead. Y'all, this shit is crazy. I mean, this shit is really, really crazy. Suge Knight speaks on Diddy, says Cassie was paid to settle so he wouldn't go to jail. Puffy beat the shit out of that bitch. Oh, we love how he put that.
He done what Puffy did or what Puffy do. It's not a surprise. Everybody know what it is.
Hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs has been accused of beating and sexually assaulting his ex-girlfriend and singer, Cassie.
I mean, you got to be able to do that type of to a woman and other women, but it's not new. It's not like it's new news. Shit. Same time he beat the shit out of motherfucking what's the little girl named Cassie or whatever. He had an assistant by the name of Capricorn. He felt Capricorn. Cap was keeping his shit on the low about if she was messing with Cuddy or not. Puffy beat the shit out that bitch. Not only did he beat the shit out of her, it was an Interscope person, the Interscope check that paid her to settle or he wouldn't go to jail.
You've heard of the golden rule, haven't you? Whoever has the gold makes the rules. So why would you...
Well, And it's so funny because he's talking about her like he didn't beat right. He beat Miss Chalet and a whole bunch of other women he probably was in relationships with. All of these niggas are abusive. Every single one of them. It's insane. It's insane. Oh my God, y'all. Let me read some of y'all comments. AI is a mother, ain't it? He needs to be under the jail. Lord have mercy. Remember when Diddy opened his house up to Rihanna and Chris Brown after the incident and Ellen asked Diddy about it? Oh, he was mad, making look, abusers protecting other abusers. The sheer number of people who stood by and watched this girl get beat up, like, this crazy to me. Y'all gotta recognize that this will be going on in Hollywood. But it also goes on in our households, because let's not, forget, Thanksgiving just happened. And, I'm sure there was a whole bunch of girls sitting at the table with their uncles that have assaulted them. But, y'all family and shit. So y'all insulate and cover up. That's why it blow my mind when everybody acts like it's just a Hollywood thing. It's not a Hollywood thing. It's a thing that is happening in these relationships, in these power struggles, and these power dynamics between men and women. And everybody acts as if, it's all of these isolated incidents, and it's not a culture of men viewing women as oppressive tools they can oppress, beings they can use for whatever they see fit, underlings to be controlled. Nikki tried to tell us too, Diddy managed her. Yeah, didn't she write a lyric in a song about we need to get Cassie away from Diddy? Young Miami has been really quiet since all this stuff came out. I just hope she is nowhere near him with all this coming out. She probably think, I keep telling y'all, Carisha thinks she the bottom bitch. So Carisha probably somewhere, it's going to be okay, Poppy. It's going to be okay. Knowing good and goddamn well that you're going to get treated the same way. If you haven't already been forced into this situation, listen, I saw what that shit Young Miami had tweeted to Gina. Let me see. Do I still have that? Do I still have that in my saves? Because Young Miami got into it with Gina, one of Diddy's other girlfriends. Let's see. Back in the gap, that was last year when her and Diddy went official, and then her and Gina were going back and forth on social media. I don't know if I saved it or not. But what I do know is Young Miami was telling Gina that if she wanted her to, that Diddy could make Gina eat her ass or eat her out or something along those lines. And I thought it was so crazy because it basically validated that Young Miami knows that Diddy likes to force people to have sex with other people. That's what that made me understand, that she understands it because she knows what the positioning of the other women are. She understands exactly what has taken place. I do. I think Young Miami thinks that she's the bottom bitch and that she's better than these other women that he has treated in this way. And no, you're not. A lot of bottom bitches, they get so dehydrated and sucked from, for dear God, it's ridiculous. The life gets sucked from the girls, okay? I can't find it. I don't think I have it in my saves anymore. But I know that Young Miami said that shit. Young Miami said Gina was an eater that's been begging for a baby. I said this lady gone crazy and probably got forced to eat it too. I remember when Young Miami begged for us to pray for her on Twitter with the crying emoji. Young Miami is in deep. Do y'all remember? This whole time, everybody's been talking that shit about, oh, she's just having fun. And I'm just like, ain't no such thing with Diddy. I don't know why people think that if a man is crazy, abusive, and fucked up with one woman, he's not going to eventually be that way with another woman. I don't know why y'all have it in y'all mind that Carisha was supposed to be different because she's a city girl. I told y'all she's still a 20-something-year-old You know what I'm saying? Probably almost 30-year-old young woman fucking with a man that's been playing this game with people since he was her age. Like 20 years ago. But Nikki can't try to tell us about nobody over there getting married to dudes that's been accused of sexually assaulting young women. Paying for your brother's lawyer's fees so he could try to get off on assaulting a child, allegedly. I'm just saying, you can only do so much warning when you're over there marrying the same type of nigga. I'm just saying. He may not be on Puffy's level, but the energy and the instinct to dominate a woman sexually in such a manner is not something that you forget, that goes away. But this how everybody get caught up. You get caught up feeling like having money, having access, having all of these things are going to save you from your issues. And it's not going to save you. It's only going to exacerbate it. Carisha chose that life when she already has resources at her disposal. She did. That's what I said. I said, bitch, you could buy your own car. You could buy your own bag. But that's how you know it's not just about money. Everybody wants to play Cassie and all of the girls out like, oh, y'all just want money so damn bad. Nah, he was convicted, Bondy. Ain't no allegedly. You know I'm just trying to protect myself, child, just in case, child. You know I'm just trying to protect myself. But I believe he did what them people said he did. He went to jail for it. He's in jail right now for it. Okay? The other one took a fucking plea deal for what he did. Okay? So yeah, I feel like we want to act like, oh, the girls knew what they were getting into because they wanted money so badly. They went along with it for a lifestyle. And I'm just like, so does that make it right? Does that make it okay? That doesn't make it okay. People should still be held accountable for this type of shit. Like, you should still have to pay, have to deal with, have to look in the mirror at your fucking self, like, have to wonder if you're going to be able to pay all of the lawyers for all of the women that's coming at you for the shit that you done did to them. Yeah, you should have to get your day. You should have to get your day. You shouldn't be able to go through your fucking life wreaking havoc on all of the people that you come into contact with and you just come out unbrandished. Reserving your sexy and shit. I think the fuck not. I think the fuck not. I don't care about a woman wanting a nice life. I don't care about a woman wanting money. I don't care about that. I don't. That's what she's supposed to want. The fuck wrong with you? Bitch supposed to want to be with somebody that ain't got shit? Because niggas that don't have shit will beat your ass too. They may not be able to get away with it like Diddy can. Oh, but they can still do it and get away with it. They may not be able to fly you over state lines and do it to you. They may not, be able to pay for prostitutes for you to fuck for their enjoyment. Oh. But pimps up, hoes down is happening every day, B. Fuck out of here. Them girls get all of the money that they need. Okay? These conversations trigger my trauma, but I have daughters, so I have to stand strong on this ish. I ain't trying to trigger y'all. Y'all know I'm not, but we got to talk about it because it's what's going on. I hate how they lied and said Cassie was writing a book. If Diddy knew that she would be like him. I don't know if that was a lie or not, because apparently, she was like, I'm going to write a book. And he was trying to stop her from writing a book or something like that. She was like, well, pay me, and he didn't want to pay, some shit like that. I'm not exactly sure, y'all. But what I will say is the case has been settled, but that doesn't mean shit because Diddy, looks like Kirk's going down. Kirk's going down. Kirk's going down, down, down. That's what it seems like to me. Well, anyway, y'all, 2 hours. I love y'all. I think this was a good one. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank y'all for coming through. I appreciate that. I know it's a Saturday. Y'all could be anywhere, but y'all came here to be with me, so I appreciate it. Thank you. Child, now I'm going to go and live my life somewhere. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. I hope y'all enjoying y'all holiday. And, I'll see y'all in the next one. Hold up. I hate how they lied and said Cassie was right. Okay, no. I almost murked him for kicking me in the back and punching me in the face. Got my licks off, but still, child. All that stuff was coming from Diddy's camp, just like the $30 million stuff. I love y'all. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.